As we approach this Mother's Day, for some peculiar reason, God has pressed upon my heart to talk about bad births. Bad births. Uh, Somebody's mother left them in a trash can because she didn't feel uh, adequate enough to take care of her. Brenda's got a baby. Another mother, like my wife's mother, gave her up for adoption before she even was old enough to know who her mother was. Somebody else may have been born out of the affair. You're the affair baby, and trying to get along with both sides of the family and the family that you didn't know. Bad births as we celebrate Mother's Day. David was a victim, perhaps, of one of these bad births. He said in one place, the King David in the Bible, he says, "I was born in sin and shapen in iniquity." In another place, he says, "In sin did my mother conceive me." Moses was a baby who was born in the midst of genocide, where Pharaoh tried to kill all the little Jewish babies. Egyptian tried to kill all the little Hebrew babies, and his mother had to put him in a river. Bad births as we celebrate Mother's Day. Somebody was born in poverty. You can't help it. I was born in the West Dallas projects, and you spend the rest of your life trying to overcome a bad birth. A bad birth can affect the next 20 years of your life. Here you are fighting just to be normal, all stem from bad births. If you're the type of person who experienced a bad birth in some way or another, maybe you were born in a racist house and your family couldn't stand Mexicans and they couldn't stand N words, and you grew up with that hate in your heart, and you don't want to be like that, but you are. You grew up angry. You grew up in a violent house where there was spousal abuse, bad births. None of us can help where we grew up or where we were born. Some people were touched by their uncles or even their own fathers because of the house that they were born into. Bad births as we celebrate Mother's Day. And God wanted me to tell somebody, if you're one of those people who had a bad birth and you've been spending the rest of your life trying to overcome a bad birth, he says you're wasting your time because some things are so devastating you can't overcome them. The only thing you can do, if you've tried everything you can to overcome a bad birth and none of that's working, I got good news for you. God says you may not be able to overcome the bad birth, but you can be born again. Forget those things which are behind. Reach unto those things which are before and be born again. And not just born again the same way you were the first time. The first time you were born of flesh. That's why you have so many problems. But this time I challenge you to be born of the Spirit. There are many Christians who have given themselves to God, but they've never been born of the Spirit and baptized in His presence. That's what an anointed life is, a life that's led by His Spirit. And as we celebrate this Mother's Day, I want to introduce a new mother to you, the womb of God. Be born of the Spirit, be born again, and forget that old life. And God's got a new life for you. Listen, I'm out of time, but I'm not out of births. I'm ready to help somebody to be born again. I want you to go to my website, ehopspeaks.com. I want to hear from you. If in these 2 minutes, or maybe I'm going over a little bit, but this is more important probably than anything I've ever done. If it seems like something in the timing of you watching this, God is talking to you, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you if you are giving your life to God for, or even if you're already a Christian and you know you need more. What is this spirit thing? What is this anointed life thing he keeps talking about? I want to introduce you to it. I want to help you grow in it. I want to hear from you. I don't want to just have you to be born again and leave you in the street. I want to help you find a church. I want to help you grow. I want to be a minister. I'm about to be 50 years old, and I've been walking with God for 30 of those 50 years. And you don't do something for 30 years if it's not real. And I can't die without sharing with you what I've discovered, not what my mama talked me into or my parents raised me in. I have been walking with God and I have been born again. And this is real. And I want to introduce you to it because we're having too many funerals and people have not been born again. God bless you.
Because you
I'll
must
see you
be.
next time on Inspiration.
Don't you see, you gotta be
Peace.